Welcome back. Saturday morning, sitting at the end of the driveway here, just about to depart for Mary. So not Hampton Downs as per most often. Mary. It's pretty much the ideal place to test what we want to test today. We've got two pressure sensors in that cooling system now, one on the way into the engine, one on the way out, running along the hoist at home up to like 4,600 RPM, and I can see there's quite a pressure drop on the way in. You always will have one. I think it's more than it should be. So it'll be interesting to see what it's doing when it's doing 7,900 RPM or whatever we get to on this. Probably won't quite get that high actually at the strip, and we'll see straight away as soon as we start putting some boost into it whether it's actually done some damage to the head gaskets or whatever the last time it threw that stupid frost plug out. Now it can't do that today. That frost plug, that one is definitely not coming out, and that pressure warning system, yeah, I'm 100% certain that's going to work this time. It will let me know, so I do need to keep an eye on that. It could be first run might abort straight away and go, no, it's dead, it's broken. And it's just how it is. And that'll be the end of doing GTR Festival. We could probably do static displays, but hell, if it can't do roll racing, it's not doing anything at GTR Festival, which is in 2 weeks, and there's every way. If I had unlimited funds, I could probably get an engine built in that time, but I don't, so we won't. Let's go try our luck. All right, one pass done. Sort of a happy face going on. Not really sad face. A little bit of work to do on the car. Now it's not an engine rebuild, so everyone who's been saying head gaskets and cracked bore and twisting of the block and all that, you're all wrong. What it is actually is the radiator, as I suspected, is too much of a restriction. It can't shift enough water. The poor little water pump in the engine is moving so much water, it actually generates a vacuum on the way into the thermostat housing that then collapses when you change gear, and it goes from below zero to over 110 kPa in less than a quarter of a second. So everything I said earlier on about water hammer effect, well, there you go. And that's just what the sensor's actually reading, which is on the end of a piece of hose. So what's happening right there at that particular frost plug, the one that used to leave the chat and can't now, is probably a lot worse than that. So I can probably send it a few more times for a giggle. 220 kph on that one with, I think it was 75% throttle until 150k, and then I got into it. Fun. I could let the tyres down a little bit actually and get a bit more grip. We'll do a few passes. I don't know if I'll do the competition. We'll see how it goes. All right, pass number 2, little bit keener on the throttle, not worried about that. It did, I think it did 224 or something k's an hour over the finish line the first run, and 235 or something like that on the second run. So yeah, a little bit faster, 10k an hour. Actually, that's a big gain over a distance like that. That's not what it's about. So pressures and everything, same. Actually worse, if anything. So yeah, that's, I mean, I could run again, but that's confirmed. That is what the problem is. And I'm just going to have a wee ponder as to whether we're likely to do something to something else if I continue to run it in its current state. Now that we've identified there is a problem there, but it's been there for years, right? And we've just got away with it. I guess it just wasn't being pushed as hard. So the actual competition for the roll racing starts in a bit at 2 o'clock. It's something like 22 or something now. We could run. I don't know who's here as far as fast cars and stuff. We might be up there and with a chance, or maybe not, and all it takes is stall the car off the line, and like I did earlier on the first session, that left lane it's a no-go for my car. It's too sharp of a corner to get around. You absolutely beat on the clutch, binds up all the drive line, and then when you get the go-ahead to move forward, it's all still bound up, doesn't really want to move, and I stalled it off the line. It didn't matter, it was just practice, but for a race, that would be the end of it for me. So it depends who's here. It depends if we can stay in that right-hand lane. We might be in with a chance. I believe there's vouchers, Link ECU vouchers up for grabs, but it might seem a little bit wrong, me coming along with Link all over the car and then winning that, so there could be some grief for some people. So anyway, long story short, I've got to make up my mind. I could either just have a watch, maybe have another run, or just pack it up and go home, mission accomplished. We know what is going on, and leave the car going for GTR Festival, which is kind of why we're here, to see whether it will be all right for GTR Festival. Excuse the noise in the background. There is grudge racing going on. So the actual racing is over and done with. And yes, I stayed and I raced. And probably quite stark contrast to what has happened before, there were good results. Spot what's different about this car. Spot what is different about this car. It has got trophies. Well, a trophy and a certificate. So kind of maybe taking the mickey a little bit, winning a certificate from Link, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Pretty happy. Some fast cars here, R35 GTRs, a Golf that was saying he reckoned I was going to kick his butt, but he was very fast off the line, very fast. And as it turns out, look, it's getting late in the day. You can see Shadow, no silly hat today. This beast here, this is tidy, man. Look at that. So this belongs to a chap called Sean, he's just there, right? And my trailer's just there. So I'd been talking to him earlier on in the day. He just won the 2-wheel drive turbo class. So he's got a trophy, and he's got a voucher from Link as well. So there's his trophy. So that's pretty cool. And there's mine. What's this Southern Bash? Has he been to? He's been way down there. He's got around. Such a tidy car. We'll see if we can catch him in a second and get this bonnet open. It's pretty impressive. Slightly jealous, actually. Like, if you said swapsies for the March, then I would not say no immediately. Put it that way. Very nice. So Nissan all day. Nissan taking out the Turbo 2 and Turbo 4-wheel drive classes. Let's see, he might be camera shy, and that's fair. So we'll get the bonnet open and we'll have a look. Look at that. If I stand in the right spot, we'll actually get reasonable footage of that. RB30 bottom end, RB25 Gen 2 or Series 2 head with the variable valve timing still there. Probably, we suspect maybe a G-Ready knockoff or copy, or maybe it's original and hasn't got its sticker on there. Intake plenum with a bigger throttle body, and obviously slightly larger than stock turbocharger there. Still running factory pedal box, so you'd have to guess based on what we're seeing there. I'll pause and ask him a couple of questions. Oh no, I've answered one. Standard power steering is there. Tidy though, so clean. Very nice. Inside same. Very clean, very tidy. You know, good quality gear in here. It's not El Cheapo. And look, I mean, dash is mint as. Very cool. Hope you guys like it. I do. I think it's awesome. These must be his sponsors on here, obviously. So there you go. There's some of those you can. Yeah, he's from Cambridge, so it's a local car. Oh, the lights are pretty poor there, isn't it? Yeah, awesomeness. Right, there you go. So I could watch some of the racing, but it's probably getting late enough that I need to get home and get the car up the driveway before the sun is in the wrong spot and it turns into an epic pain in the ass. Yeah. Might be looking for a sponsor for radiators. Thanks for watching. Cheers, boy.